Frank Herbert said in his major work Dune this following quote: "Beyond the critical point in finite space, freedom diminishes as numbers increase. This is true in the finite space of a planetary ecosystem as it is of gas molecules in a sealed flask. The human question is not how many can possibly survive within the system, but what kind of existence is possible for those who do survive." Frank Herbert. Our Futurist series. I'm looking together with you at original works. Tintin, The Cigars of the Pharaoh, The Secrets of the Unicorn. I had mentioned Ong's Hat, The Beginning, by Joseph Matheny with Peter Moon. You've heard probably of the famous work called The Morning of the Magicians by Pauwels and Bergier. Pauwels was very well aware of what was going on in science. He was a scientist mainly, and he knew about the German programs and the Russian and American programs. The other works I had mentioned, Ong's Hat, Incunabula, Montauk Project, Peter Moon, Preston Nichols, The Wingmakers, Dr. Anderson. We see 2 times Dr. Anderson, by the way. And also John Titor. John Titor's timeline, one could almost say as a joke, John Titor was the original Q. What I'm saying here is we have original works. I also did original works, Light Seeds. And then we see copies, and later we see even original, really original operations being turned upside down. This as a side remark as to what is possible in this information age. We're going through now an astrology that can be called like time-warped fields of energy. We're talking about time travel. Why is there secrecy around time travel? All these quantum conspiracies. And we see that the whole cosmos, the universe, is a unique, mysterious form of encryption system, of timing. It shows a synchronicity. And astrological charts, when we look at them, and we're going to look at the American chart, the Russian, the Israeli, and others, we see those are simply oscillating probabilities of a potential. A chart can show any potential. The question is then, is that potential going to be achieved? So, we're going to Pluto, Capricorn 2020 with Saturn and Mars and Jupiter. We have just now lived through the first Mars, Saturn, Pluto contact in the last, say, 2 months, and we have seen, as I said, it gets then to be quite militaristic and hard going. So Mars first ticked onto Saturn timeline and then onto Pluto timeline, and we all saw what's going on in the world. So this was like a preview of what has to come in about 18 to 24 months. We have less than 2 years to go to that point in winter and spring 2020. And by 21, we actually see all planets, really all of them, bunched up within 120 degrees. So we're going now into a completely different astrological time, and I'm going to show you how this can potentially affect different groups like nations, because nations also have very precise formation charts if we know to the minute what an event was about.